Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, August the 8th, 2024. Well, you know what? Today was all right. Yeah, okay. We've got Alexis comforting Christina. Christina had a dream, cute little baby, that she was holding the baby, and now General Hospital has a policy of not allowing any babies under the age of 3 months to work on their sets, which is why that baby looked like it was 3 to 4 months old. And Christina's holding her, seeing her for the first time. But it was a little mixed baby, cute. Um, and she woke up and was slapped right back into reality. And she's crying, and Alexis comes in and she's comforting her. She kisses her, she gets in the bed with her, you know, because Christina is um of course distraught. And she's telling her mother, she goes, I lost my baby. She says, and now that she's not here anymore, I can say it out loud. She was my baby. I was her mother. She's like, I knew when she was happy. I knew when she was sad. I knew when she was hungry. And I was trying to figure out, look, I had 5 pregnancies, one miscarriage, but so 4 live births. And I'm trying to figure out, did I know when the baby inside was hungry? I knew when I was hungry. I knew when I was getting lightheaded because I hadn't eaten. I knew if I had some sugar, the baby might be reacting and kicking a lot. But I didn't necessarily know when the baby was hungry. I didn't know when the baby was sad or happy inside. I knew the active parts of the baby's day when the baby was normally awake, kicking and moving. I knew that, right? Um, I knew when they were taking that little elbow, doing this across your belly. Anybody remember that? I knew that. But it was just interesting. I don't even know why I'm saying picking that apart, but I kind of picking that apart. I'm like, well, you knew a whole lot about this baby in the womb. Okay. So anyway, Alexis goes out to take a breather, and Sonny is coming around the corner. Um, and he's like, how's Christina? And she goes, she's distraught. And she's looking at Sonny. She goes, now listen, Christina needs the both of us. And we need you at your best. We don't need you. He goes, no, I know. And he didn't tell her about his meds, which I think he should have. That would have calmed her down. He goes, no, no. No, he did say, I'm seeing someone. I'm seeing Kevin. Everything's getting straightened out. She goes, good, good, because she can't deal with that. And he goes, no, no, you won't. And he goes, well, here's something I need to tell you. I've seen proof because Jason showed Sonny the pictures of Ava and Christina, right? And he goes, I have proof that Ava put her hands on Christina, ultimately leading to Christina falling out of that window. And Alexis says, wait a minute, wait, what? She goes, Sonny, are you? She goes, yes, I have proof. And she says, that I forget what she called her. Maybe she said that witch, or the witch with a B in front of it instead of a W. I can't remember. She said, you go take care of Christina. I need to go get some air. And I thought, ooh, uh-oh, Alexis, yikes, right? Just got your law license back. Cooler heads need to prevail, except she can go in and see Ava in that jail and let her have it verbally, right? Completely let her have it. We'll see what happens with that. Scott is ambulance chasing. Heather was brought for a checkup, with the replacement. Uh, and Portia, as soon as she saw Heather coming up off the elevator, even though she knew she was coming, she went ballistic. And Trina's looking at her like, wait. And she goes, don't you say nothing to my daughter. You stay away. She puts Trina behind her, and Trina's looking at her like, girl, what you doing? Right? So Heather's like, I'm coming for a checkup. You know, I'm just getting off the elevator, with the guard pushing her. And she wanted to apologize. Don't you say, you don't get to apologize to my daughter. You don't say nothing. So she goes, and guard, take her into, whatever exam room, out of my sight. So the guard wheels Heather away. And poor Trina looks at her mother and says, okay, what was that all about? What do you mean, what was that all about? I'm protecting my child. You, Heather Webber will not get close to you, and she won't speak to you. And Trina's just looking at her. She goes, Mom, you are the chief of staff. I know my position, Trina. She says, Heather Webber was handcuffed to her wheelchair, being pushed by a guard. What could Heather have done to me? Heather Webber escaped from this hospital once before. She's like, but she was accompanied by a guard right now, handcuffed to a wheelchair. I'm just saying, you still need to think about how you're talking to patients. And I can speak for myself. Don't you, Trina, honey, Trina, promise me this. Don't you speak to Heather Webber. Don't you speak to her. Right? I kind of got off track here. Let me stick back with Sonny. So Sonny goes in, Christina's sleeping, and he kisses her on her forehead. And she opens her eyes and he looks at her. He says, I'm sorry to have woken you up, but when you were a little girl, I used to kiss you right on your forehead like I just did. And she kind of drowsily looked at him. She said, I need you, Dad. I need you to make Ava Jerome pay. And then she kind of closed her eyes and he looked at her. And I thought, isn't it interesting? When people want some kind of retribution payback for themselves, don't they sure ask Sonny to be Sonny? Right? Don't they do that? But then when it doesn't suit them, they're appalled by his actions. Completely. Now, before I get off of Christina's story or Christina topic, where the heck is Blaze? I am actually disappointed in the way that writing is going, because realistically, Blaze should be sitting there by Christina's side, holding her hand, kind of bouncing in and out of Alexis, right? Or whatever else, other family members that want to come and see Christina. Blaze is nowhere to be found. And when she finally comes to see Christina, Christina will probably say, where were you? Well, Mommy thought that you needed your family around you. And she would be like, but we are a couple, okay. And that's what your mommy said. And that's what you did. So whatever. We'll see how that goes, right? Obviously next week, because tomorrow's Friday. So we have, Sonny and Carly take little Donna from the hospital. She gets 2 popsicles. That's the cutest little actress. Like, she reminds me of a cross between what a cross between Sonny and Carly would be. Cutest little girl. So Carly says she'll get her and Donna home because Sonny said, Jason will take you home. She goes, no, I can get me and Donna home. I want Jason here with you. And I want you to find out all you can about your meds. And he's like, okay, right? Um, so anyway, she leaves with Donna. So now this gives Jason and Sonny an opportunity to talk. And Jason says, I've got some information on Ava's involvement with Christina. And Sonny's like, what? And he shows Sonny a couple pictures, and Sonny looks at him. He goes, where'd you get this from? She said, Brick. And so Sonny looked at him. He goes, Ava. He goes, he says, it's Christina. I mean, Christina is Christina losing her baby, her pushing Christina, her changing Morgan's medication and placebo, and now her changing mine. And he's like, ugh. So Jason says, what do you need? And Sonny says, I need you to do me a favor. And we're already starting to see the enforcer mob boss relationship again, right? Which to me, I never really wanted to see that part again. I wanted them to be more equal partners. I really do, right? So Sonny says, he goes, I need you, and he leans into him, to go pay Ava a visit, find out what she knows, and send a message, right? So before Jason gets there, Kate's is there seeing Ava. And oh, Ava, oh my God. Oh, how I moved your luggage because I didn't want them to know, about our relationship. But then, they ended up searching my room and finding your luggage. So now they know about us. And John is like, well, they don't know that much about us, right? What did you tell them? Nothing. But it doesn't matter. Sonny Corinthos has people in the payroll in the PCPD. He's going to put two and two together, and he's going to feel like we are working together, which they are. And then she goes, and he's going to know or associate once they find out about his medication, non-existent, pretty much being tampered with, he's going to associate you and me. It won't matter. He is. And he goes, how would he find out about his medication? I thought he didn't know. He didn't. But Dr. Kevin Collins was here talking, and he got a phone call, and I overheard him talking about Sonny's medication. And now Sonny's being treated by him. If Sonny doesn't already know, he will know very soon, right? So she goes, I need you to get to that pharmacist. And I need you to persuade him to leave town. I need you to do that. And he goes, but you didn't change. You didn't have Sonny's medication changed. And she goes, no, I know I didn't. But when Sonny puts pressure on anybody, he could say anything. Because I have been in his office a couple of times. And Kate's just kind of looking at her like, well, were you seeing him a couple of times? But still, John Cates with his deer in the headlights. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. Sonny Corinthos is not going to bully you. He's not going to steamroll over, you like he does every other woman. And I'm thinking, okay, Kate, you idiot. Now you are getting ready to truly implicate yourself with this pharmacist. Wow, excellent. And Anna had just summoned Case to her office, which he was objecting to, yet he don't mind barging in and talking to Anna any old which way, right? And she told him, she goes, you are going down a slippery slope because we found your luggage in Ava Jerome's room. I would like to know what's the nature of your relationship. And he says, my private life is just that. And no, I'm not going to tell you a thing about it. And she says, okay, Ava Jerome is now, charged with manslaughter, or I forget her charges. I know one is manslaughter and something else, right? And depending on your involvement, you're gonna be tangled right on in there. And he goes, I don't need you to tell me about involvement. Kind of hypocritical of you, considering your involvement with Valentine Cassadine. And Anna just looked at him. She says, okay, don't say I didn't try to warn you. And Kate walks out, and that's when he goes to see Ava. And then guess what? At the end, guess who walks into the pharmacist's office? Kate, flashing his FBI badge, saying, FBI agent John Cates, and you need to come with me. And the pharmacist, because when he came to the doors, the pharmacist is like, what's this all about? Mm-hmm. So now Cates really is putting his badge, because this is completely unofficial business, but he's using his badge to interfere with an ongoing police investigation. Ava's case is an ongoing police investigation that he is just usurping himself into. So good for you, Agent Cates. Good for you. I love the fact that you are 100% entangling yourself into this. And Ava is going to see an opening and throw Cates to the wolves. She's going to say Cates is the one that told the pharmacist to switch the medication. Although it's going to kind of be hard because Kate's going to have this pharmacist out of there. But guess what? That pharmacist can't stay gone long. Okay. So that's interesting. That's about, all that happened. Let me see. Oh, Carly calls Anna over and tells Anna about Sonny's being, medication being switched into placebos. And she goes, okay, that could explain some of his behavior. She goes, but that doesn't let him up. She goes, how long do you think his meds have been tampered with? She says, well, at least since New Year's Eve. See, and that's when he beat Cyrus Renault, right? And so Anna says, you know what? That doesn't absolve him from all his actions, but at least, sheds a new light on it. And I'm like, well, that's a lie, Anna. That's going to absolve him from all of his actions. 100%. He was not in the right frame of mind when he beat Cyrus, when he beat Dex. So come on, Anna, that ain't true. I don't know why you told Carly that. And she goes, so who do you think did it? Carly says, Ava Jerome, of course. She did the exact same thing to Morgan. And Anna says, wait a minute. That is not on any record, because remember, Morgan got blown up. It was Julian Jerome's car. The medication thing didn't come up in the police investigation, because actually it took months, and I forget how they found out. So if any of you in Daily Recap land, Comic Corner land, if any of you remember how they finally found out that Ava switched those meds, but it was months and months past Morgan's death that it came out. And Cardi says, it may not be on the record, but that's exactly what happened. Our son Morgan was fine, taking his meds. Ava switched them for placebos. We're not understanding his erratic behaviors, and neither was he. Remember Sonny and Carly at that time, they were going in counting his pills in his bottle. And they were like, yes, he is taking his meds. So why is he? Okay. So Anna says, well, that's not proof. I would need proof. Carly looked at her and said, well, that's what you're for, Anna. Get the proof. And I'm like, you're doggone right, Anna. See, what is this with Kate, with Anna needing Jason? Everybody, they all want everybody else to solve cases for them. So last but not least, of course, we knew Trina was going to go in to see Heather Weber anyway. And Heather profusely apologizes, and Trina just listens to her. And then she lost Trina when she brought up Esme. She says, I want to apologize for Esme too. But she was her mind controlled by Ryan Chamberlain, her father. Trina says, I know who her father is. And Trina, she goes, so she was just misguided in thinking she was, protecting or going after the man she loves. And Trina said, okay, let me tell you something. Esme did not love Spencer. She used Spencer for the plan. She says, and I will never, ever forgive Esme for what she's done. And if you try to tie me forgiving you and me forgiving her, it'll never happen. She says, however, if in fact it is found that, that cobalt poisoning caused you to do what what you did, she says, I believe everybody deserves a fair trial. And if by some reason you get another trial, then justice needs to be served whatever way that's going to be. And it has nothing to do with me. And Trina's kind of crying as she's saying this, and she just turns and she walks out, and Heather's just looking at her. And I think Heather may have been crying too. Heather is really remorseful at this point for what she has done, for now. All right, everybody, let's go to Comment Corner. Okay, in Comment Corner, let's see, where is my Comment Corner? Bring it up. Make it full screen. I'm going to go from the top to the bottom. Techi says, I truly think that Molly is blaming herself because TJ did not want Christina to be the surrogate. TJ also said that Christina was reckless during the pregnancy. I am waiting for those papers to surface showing that Christina was going to take the baby. That is what is going to break Molly and Molly's relationship with Christina. That's right. That is going to. And then Techi's also said, I see TJ and Christina bonding over the death of the baby. I don't see that. Marie says, look out for Alexis. She's a Cassadine. Angie says, daily recap lady. Kevin probably suspected that Ava is the culprit. And the top suspect. If someone tampered with Sonny's meds, I'm glad that Ava told Molly that Christina is the one responsible for her baby's death. Meds, period. If someone tampered with Sonny's meds, period. And then you're glad what Ava told Molly. Molly needs to know the facts. Christina did this on her own arrogant self. Ava is innocent. Woo, that's a harsh word for Ava, because Ava's hardly innocent. Hardly. DLR, which is daily recap lady, you never know with kids these days. There is nothing they can't do. They seem smart enough to open some of these prescription bottles. Maybe Ava had the bottle and unintentionally dropped it in Avery's overnight bag. I don't know how it got in there. That's interesting. Maybe they'll question Avery. TJWT 58 says that couple that lost their child cannot act, nor the actress that lost the child. I cringe when they're on. And then Patty says everyone goes on and on about Molly and Christina and TJ, but I really can't understand them. They are an absolute fastest to me. Blaze, Geo, a couple of other, these folks. I don't quite understand what you're saying, Patty. Hurt my feelings, Blaze is, yeah. Patty, I don't quite understand your comment. User OK says, if Ava wouldn't have grabbed Christina, then Christina would never have pulled away from her. That is true. Pixie says, okay, why is Molly at the jail questioning Ava? I forgot to put on my trusty dusty stopwatch, everybody. Oh my goodness. Let me get some stopwatch in here. 5 more minutes. Why is she questioning Ava? Totally unethical. That would never happen in real life. That case would be thrown out immediately. Poor writing, GH. Well, Molly won't be the prosecutor, that's for sure. She would have to recruit herself. Cindy says Kevin Collins took out his phone before it rang. Maybe he had a buzzer ring, right? Oh, answer this. Autumn says, I'm so happy Sonny is realizing his meds have been replaced with placebos. Well, he didn't realize it. He found out. Gloria says, what about Valentine being the one to mess with Sonny's meds? I know. We'll see if they tie that in. Hello there says, I think the pharmacist will go to the wind or is going to wind up dead. Oh, okay. And Yolanda says, I agree. And I know he might. And then Kate will try to frame Sonny. This is the beginning of the end of Molly and TJ. I believe that. Lisa says, did Ava really think nobody would have figured out she changed the prescription to placebo? That Ava was stupid. Lisa says, oh, this is how they find out Sonny's meds are not what they should be. How did Donna get Sonny's bottle of pills? Are they in his bathroom? That's what I said. Kevin remembered what Ava did to Morgan. Oh, now Sonny, Carly, Jason, and Kevin know what Ava did to Sonny's meds. Ava is a snake. She will blame everyone she can to get out of trouble. And then Aisha says, Donna told Carly and Jocelyn that she found the bottle of pills in Avery's overnight bag. Yes, she did. And then Lisa says, Sonny knows he was taking his medication. Sonny, do you mean Sonny's blood test shows he hadn't been taking them? They need to check the bottle. I know that was crazy that Kevin didn't have that bottle checked out right away. And remember what happened to Morgan. Ava, is manipulative. And then Sharon says, when Kevin went to visit Sonny, I thought he would ask Sonny for his medication to check the dose. I know, because there was no lithium in Sonny's system. That was poorly written, everybody. Poorly written. Sandy says, it's time for TJ to do something that find someone that wants to be a wife, not a domestic partner. Time to move on. Kevin should have definitely tested Sonny's meds. Did Sonny ever apologize to Jason for his ridiculous behavior? No. The best apology Jason got was, yeah, you and Carly knew something was up, but I didn't listen to you. That was the apology right there. Now both his daughters are in the hospital because of him. But of course, Ava gets the blame. Well, no. Avery and even Donna finding those pills, Sonny had nothing to do with those. If he was in his right mind, for sure, they wouldn't have been left around, or however Avery got them. Brenda says, first things, where did she go get the bottle from? Daddy's house or Ava's bag? And then DB says Avery's bag. Yeah, she said Avery. And then Robin says, Scott knew about Sonny's med also. Yes, he sure did. Scott Baldwin definitely knew. And then Lucy says, the one person that could clear Ava Jerome's name is Christina Corinthos Davis. After all, Ava didn't push her on purpose. D.A. Molly Lansing Davis was out of line coming to the jail with Dex as a witness, I know. This part of the story is not believable. I don't believe any jail in the U.S. would allow such nonsense without a prisoner having an attorney present. So that's it for Comment Corner today. Excellent comments, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.